Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to some more Car Mechanic Simulator 2014. This golden beauty has pulled into our garage today for invoice number 61. Repair or replace worn out parts. I usually try to repair the car myself, it's always worked out before, but it's getting worse and worse. I think it's time to hand the job over to a professional mechanic. Okay, so right off the bat, we're gonna have to unfortunately perform all sorts of tests because he wants all the worn out parts to be replaced. Okay, so I believe he said all worn out parts. Repair or replace all worn out parts. Alright. So we're going to take it for a test drive, and then we're going to have to test the suspension and brakes as well. Okay, so once we figure this one out, it looks like it's going to be a lot of stuff because you could generally tell when you got a lot of work ahead of you. This thing is going to cost us $6,500 to get fixed, so that tells me right now that there's a lot of parts that we're going to have to fix and repair on this car. Alright, there's the first test. Should say the second test. We've already done the electronic stuff. Okay, so we're going to jump right into this test here now. Brakes and differential seem okay on the front. Got some brakes and brake issues, possibly differential stuff on the rear. Definitely got some suspension and differential issues on the right and the back. Probably gonna have to tear apart the driveline and stuff. This one might be a very in-depth procedure. Alright, well, as I thought, looks like we got some rotors that are bad. We got a bushing that's bad. We do have a shock. We have that right arm. We have a left arm. We have a joint right there that's bad. Let's take a look at the manifold while we're under here too. Exhaust manifold is bad as well. Let's take a look at the belts while we're in here. Water pumps, serpentines, timing belts. Yep, that's bad as well. I told you guys this was going to be a pretty in-depth procedure. We're going to have to remove his entire exhaust system now to get to that. Yep. We're going to have to do some serious stuff here. Okay, that looks to be everything on this side. So he's got some belt issues. What about his oil? His oil needs changed as well. Let's take this off, because we're going to need to drain his oil. So You know what? Let's, my goodness, let's take off his timing belt for a V6 real quick. Let's just get that replaced while we're in here. As soon as I can click right there. Okay. Let's sell off all these extra parts here. Okay, so we need a timing belt for a V6. Let's go ahead and grab that. Timing belt, V6. Let's go slap this on right quick. And that should be everything up here, short of the oil. We'll check his filter real quick, too, while we're here. Put this last belt back on. Okay, so that should be good. Let's go ahead and check his oil filter real quick here. Oil filter is actually good. Okay, I think we can lift it up now. Or do we have anything else that we need to do here? Oh yeah, we have that that end piece over here we can swap out real quick. So let's do that while we're over here as well. I'd like to try and get all the stuff up top done first before we start tearing into the stuff underneath the car. So we need one outer tie rod. Okay, I don't think I can repair that, but let's go look and see. That's a negative. Outer tie rod cannot be replaced. So let's go buy a new one. Okay, so we need one outer tie rod. Okay, let's go grab that real quick and slap it on. Okay, so there's that. Is there anything else up top that we need to be looking at here? Looks like everything might be underneath. Okay, we already know that we got to change the oil. So let's go ahead and do that while it's fresh on our mind here, because it's simple. Okay, there's that. Okay, now we need to take out this bushing. Also need to take out this bushing. And we need to remove this piece, the suspension arm. This I can repair, but we need to buy 2 bushings. Oh, I just noticed that outer joint there is bad as well. I didn't see that. Okay, so let's go repair this. We know we've got to buy another outer tie rod again. So we'll just... Oh, and we need 2 bushings. 1 and 2. Okay, let's go repair this piece. Okay, that's fixed. Okay, we'll go ahead and slap this bushing in here. Just like that. We'll put this piece on, just like this. Slap this bushing in, just like that. Perfect. Okay, now, while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and drop it back down. Let's take this off, swap this outer tie rod, and we'll swap the oil real quick, and then we'll raise it back up, and then we'll take care of the rest of the car here. I just like to, you know, kind of work my way from the front to the back. That way I don't miss anything or get too overwhelmed with parts. Okay, so there's that. Let's come on over here. We will change the oil real quick, or I should say put some oil in it. Okay, that should be good. We'll check the stick to make sure. Yeah, that's good. I'm really worried about that air filter. While we're here, we might as well check into it, right? Because you know what'll happen is we're going to get all the way through everything, and then something stupid like the air filter is going to be bad. We might as well check it. I'd rather be safe than sorry, because how many episodes have you guys watched prior to this where I didn't check the air filter? Ah, lucky. It's alright, that's 30 seconds out of our lives. We'll manage. Rather be safe than sorry than have to tear all this, you know, tear it all apart again. Okay, so we already know we've got some suspension work in the back, and we're going to have to tear apart the entire exhaust system to get to this bad manifold over here. We already know that's the case, so let's go ahead and raise the car back up again. Alright, let's get to inspecting. Let's check this side. That's okay. Let's check this side. That one is bad. As soon as I can get some good visuals here, we'll check this piece out. Okay, so looks like we've got a manifold that's bad. But we're going to have to tear it all apart anyway. So let's spin her around. Let's start taking all this off. So we need the V6 left muffler. We got to take all this off anyway, so might as well. And another bushing. Oh my gosh, all these bolts. There's so many. It's so overwhelming. One thing I did not check was the spark plugs or anything. Take all this out. Okay. think we're good on that side besides the rotors and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to need one more rubber bushing, a spring, and a shock absorber rear. Okay, so we need one more rubber bushing. We need a shock absorber rear. And I also need a rear suspension spring. And I also need that left muffler for a V6 rear right there. Okay. Go ahead and put that spring in. Go ahead and put this shock absorber in. Go ahead and slap this piece in. And we've also got this bushing right here we got to put in as well. There we go. Okay, looks like we now have to drop the car down in order to get the manifold out. I think. Holy mother! That is a lot of freaking bolts. Man, this one invoice is going to be one episode alone with how much work is in with needing here. Okay, there goes the freaking manifold. Okay, so now we already know we got rotors back here. We might as well get this done while we're here as well. Let's take off these calipers. And the brake pads are bad as well. So we're going to need a full set of brake pads and rotors. Okay. Brake pads on this side are good, though. The caliper is bad. Go ahead and fix that one. And then we already know that we need 2 rotors and a set of pads. Or brake discs, I guess is what they're called. So there's 1, 2, and then we need 1 set of pads. 1 and 2. Oh, wait. And we're gonna need that manifold since we can't fix the manifold. I didn't even see it in there. Exhaust manifold for a V6. Also need one of those. All right. Go ahead and put the new one on. We'll put the pad on. Put the other pad on. Put on the caliper. And then the wheel. We're making progress here, guys, but holy crap, this car needed a lot of work. Okay, there's that side. There's the other disc. There's the other pad. There's the other pad. Here's our caliper. And the wheel. Whew. Okay, so that should conclude that. Now we just got to put on this freaking manifold with 9 million bolts. I don't remember them putting a gasket in there. That'd be kind of cool if you can at least put gaskets in. And that would kind of add to the simulator. There we go. Now we can lift the car back up again. And finish up the exhaust here. As soon as I can see where the heck I need to go. Okay, maybe I need to just go down this way. Make things a little easier on myself. We should also check the fuel filter while we're back here. Now that I'm thinking about it. Always got to check. We've already checked the oil and the air filter, so we're good there. I'm really hoping that we scored this first try, guys. Because if I didn't, I don't know what else it could possibly be. We have replaced everything that's red here. Okay, so let's spin around. Let's just be safe. And let's take a look at this fuel filter. Fuel filter is good. Let's check our work order. Oh, snap, we did it. First try. Wow. First try. I'm impressed. Replace or repair worn out parts. Change the oil and performance chip tuning. I'm going to race this weekend, but I have to be sure I can beat my colleagues from work. Check the engine and suspension, and then perform chip tuning, please. I'll pay for a winning car. I bet you will. Alright, well, let's see. He wants us to change the oil. Definitely needs an oil change. Check his filter real quick. His filter's good. Let's go ahead and take that off. Let's go ahead and raise it up. We'll just do a quick oil change since we already know he's asking for that. Okay, change his oil real quick, and then we'll go take it for the drives to see if there's any worn out parts. Because if I recall right, he said to replace or repair worn out parts and check the engine and suspension. Yep, check the engine and suspension. And perfect. We'll slap that on. And he was wanting a minimum of what, 20% chip tuning. So let's go do that real quick since we know that's simple. Car is incomplete. Cannot perform this action. What did I forget? Oh, his oil cap. There you go. Okay, let's head to the dyno roller. He wants a 20% chip tuning here. How about a 30%? That's an extra grand. Okay, so now we're still going to have to take it for a test drive and the suspension test and the electronics test because he wants us to check everything to make sure everything's good to go for his race this weekend. So let's make sure everything's good. Let's see if that even came up with anything wrong. Yeah, his fuel pump is bad. Wires and stuff seem to be okay, but his fuel pump is bad. Alright, off to a drive test. Get this drive test out of the way, and then we'll go do a suspension test, and then he should be good to go. That should tell us everything we need. We already got his chip tuning and oil change out of the way at least. Alright, so let's take a look and see what that came up with. Huh. Gearbox looks okay. Everything else looks okay. He wanted us to check the suspension though, so let's go do that. Brakes are good. Brakes are good. Check the front suspension. Suspension's good. Suspension looks good back there as well. So that should finish up all of our testing that we need to do. Looks like the fuel pump is what we need to change out though. Unless something else comes up on these tests that I didn't see. Yeah, we have a rear shock absorber that needs changed. So let's just go buy one of those since we already know we can't fix that. So we need one rear shock absorber. And I do believe we can fix the fuel pump. Okay, there's that. Let's go ahead and check his fuel filter as well. Filter's okay, but his fuel pump is bad. Don't think I can fix that. Nope. Okay, let's go buy him a fuel pump. We need one fuel pump, please. Thank you. All right, let's see if that did it for us. That did not do it for us, so there's still something we're missing here. Okay, let's go ahead and lower the car down. We are still missing something, so it could be something like an air filter, or it could be something like a spark plug. So let's go ahead and take this off. Let's take a look at these plugs here if we can. I'm going to take these wires off. Okay, the plugs look good on this side. Let's check his belts as well while we're over here. That could be something simple as well that could be wrong. Aha! So we do have a serpentine belt that is bad. We have a timing belt that is bad. Idler pulley is okay, and the belt tensioner is bad. Okay, so he's got some timing issues, so we need a timing belt, serpentine belt, and an idler pulley. Serpentine belt for V6. Timing belt for a V6. And we need an idler pulley. If that's what it was called. Isn't that what it's called? Or am I making stuff? No, that's right. Idler pulley. I just was being stupidly blind. It was right in front of my face the whole time. Okay, so let's take this off. Let's take this off. Can I take this off, please? Oh, for crying out loud. Some of these visual things are so bad. Okay, now we can take this off. Now we can replace stuff. There's that. No! It was a belt tensioner. Gosh dang it, I bought the wrong part. Belt tensioner. Let's go see if we can repair that real quick before I go and waste more money. It was a belt tensioner. Dang it. Belt tensioner. Oh well. Belt tensioner right there. Luckily, we're rolling in the money, so it's not a huge investment. Now, if I would have bought, you know, like a $3,000 part, When I needed a $100 part, then yeah, I'd be a little upset. It's not that bad. There we go. Put his cover back on. Let's see if that was it now. There we go. And repaired. Outstanding. Not too shabby. Hope you guys enjoyed some more Car Mechanic Simulator. When we come back, we're going to keep plugging away at these invoices. We'll see you guys then.